Hey, Shalom Akim. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, and of course, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this word, and Shalom to the elect. That's who these lessons are for. All right? Now, I'm here on a site called timeanddate.com, and this is a estimate of the countdown of World War III, or to World War III, I should say, and it's estimated at 155 weeks, 2 days, 13 hours, 38 minutes, and coming up on 40 seconds. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So the scriptures speak about no man knoweth the day, you know, that the Lord has put in his own power. You see what I'm saying? Which in that day is going to be the destruction of America, and simultaneously the Lord, the one whom the world ignorantly calls Christ, which his name is Yahushai, will make his dreadful return to this place. Okay, and not with a jovial you know, spirit of you know, bringing all nations together. No, he's coming with the purpose of vengeance and to bring judgment on this earth in dreadful and excruciating pain. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So 155 weeks is about a little under 3 years. Okay, you see what I'm saying? And do I believe that it'll happen within that time? Absolutely. I don't believe it's actually, this is completely accurate, but I do believe that we're living in that time. We definitely are living in that time. And the reason we know this is because all the signs are here. Okay? You see what I'm saying? But no man, not even Yahushai and the angels in heaven know the exact date, saving the Heavenly Father itself, and that's in the scriptures. All right? But moving on, this is an article from express.co.uk, and it's actually from today. It was published on today, and the title is "This Brings in NATO. World War III Threat Imminent as Putin is Flexing His Muscles Around Baltic." All right. Now, those different Baltic nations, you know, they're gonna feel some pressure. All right. It says Vladimir Putin is escalating tensions in the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad with Lithuania. With Lithuania, of course, is a Baltic nation. All right. It says which could blow up into a full-blown third world war. An expert warned. Now that's music to our ears, man, because this is what we want. We want to see World War III come to pass, so Yahushua could come and intervene and ultimately deliver the elect, so we could be perfect again, so we could sit on thrones. Mind you, we are the angels that lost our first estate. Guess what, brothers? We are going back to that, man. Okay? And greater. We're going to be angels on earth, man. You see what I'm saying? We're going to be gods on this earth. And why would you not want that, man? That's my question, man. Why would you not want that? All this bickering beef that's going on now in the Hebrew Israelite community. You got guys, you know, talking shit up against the apostles and whatnot. When here it is, we living in a pivotal time in history. All right? It's time to pull your fucking bootstraps up, man, and get after it, man. After what? After that crown, man. After your salvation. It reads on. The Russian enclave of Kaliningrad, a strip of land landlocked between Lithuania and Poland, could bring NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, to intervene, and as a result break out into a full-blown World War III. Now that's beautiful. All right. So this thing may happen way even before their prediction, and I pray it does. It reads, in a sign of escalation of tensions between the European Union, which the EU, scriptures speak about, a beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Them 10 horns are talking about NATO and the EU. Okay? You see what I'm saying? That's that beast system. NATO and the EU. All right? And the EU came about during the time of the Treaty of Rome. You can go into that. The ECC. All right? Anyway, it reads on. It says, and Russia, Putin's security chief Nikolai Patrushev threatened to retaliate after Lithuania blocked the transit of sanctioned goods to the Baltic enclave of Kaliningrad. It reads, in line with EU sanctions. Right. So pretty much when you don't want to play ball with America, they put sanctions on you. All right. Hey, listen, man, these nations are not standing for it anymore, man. It reads, Russia will respond to such hostile actions. And this is a quote. It says, Mr. Patrushev said, Lithuania's foreign minister tried to ease tensions with Russia, saying his country was only enacting EU sanctions, which guess what? The EU, all right, and NATO, all right, are hand in hand, all right? You see what I'm saying? And America, like I said, the NATO and the EU is the beast, and America is that whore that sitteth on top of the beast. Okay? It says here, according to Jane Harman, distinguished fellow and president emerita of the Woodrow Wilson Center, a Putin-led Russian military incursion in Lithuania, it reads, would spark a NATO backlash and consequently break into a world war, all right, a third world war. When asked whether Russia is rattling a sharb with Lithuania, she said yes, it is, and the Baltics are countries that need to be protected. And this is a quote, I mean, this brings in NATO. And yes, Putin is flexing his muscle around, but this is exactly why we have to fight back as hard as possible. And it continues on, which I'm gonna post this article, for you brothers to check it out. This is just an illustration, if you didn't know where Lithuania was at, it's not too far from Poland, so on and so forth, man. So this is a Russian-owned territory, and they wanted to transit some goods, and Lithuania was giving Russia a hard time because of the EU sanctions. All right, so now Russia is flexing that power, man. All right, these nations don't want nothing to do with Russia, but they're gonna have to deal with Russia because Russia's that bear. And when you read about the bear were the feet, meaning what? That bear is gonna be the end of this place, man. All right. You see what I'm saying? So I'll definitely post this in the description box for you brothers to check out. Damn good article. Revelation 9 and 12. One woe is past. Now this is talking about World War I, which was in 1914 to 1918. Okay? And behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. Now, which is talking about World War II, which World War II was started in 1939 to 1945. That was the year when America dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right, and now we coming into World War III. As a matter of fact, when you go to let me see, I think it's got to be Revelation 13. Bear me for 1 minute. Here we go. This is Revelation 13 and 12. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Which this is talking about America. America pretty much became the revived Roman Empire. Okay, the last leg of the Roman Empire. All right, you see what I'm saying? Where I wanted. This is what I wanted. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. And this was the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki during the end of World War II. This is what this prophecy is talking about right here. Okay? And in combat, in conflict, in any war conflict, and no other nation has done that. All right? So this is talking about the so-called white man and his doing. Okay? And this is how World War II ended. But now World War III that's coming is going to end in a nuclear blaze, man. All right? In which the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Proceed to the book of 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. All right? You see what I'm saying? This is the time that we come to. This is the time that we have come to. This is the time that we're living in. And as we speak, let me refresh it. This is Esau's prediction. Of here go this fat, nasty black chick. Oh my! Let me get off of here. That was Esau's prediction of the time where World War III is gonna come to pass. But guess what? You could wake up tomorrow and see that this thing could be happening, man. We just don't know. Nobody knows the true exact date, but it's definitely coming. Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. This is talking to the prophets, man. The Lord is giving the prophets, in order to proclaim this among the Gentiles, which is what we're doing. All right? We're proclaiming this. It says, and those Gentiles are talking about the other nations. Even you Israelites, you lost sheep, you so-called blacks and Latinos and Native Americans, you're Gentiles too right now. All right? It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. And that's the time that we're in. We're in the time of war. We're not in the time of to be jovial. All right? We're living in a time of war. All right? It reads, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So get your armies in order. All you nations of the earth, get your goddamn armies in order. Okay? Get your armies lined up. And guess what? The spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is doing that now. That's why they're putting all their money into their military. And it tells you here, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Meaning what? The money in your economies around the world that you use for agriculture to feed your nation, what you're going to have to do is put that into military. All right? Because it's wartime. And that happened in every different military, man. Here in America, they had women going to work, building stuff at one particular time for these different wars. All right? When they were putting the money into warlike machines, whether it was tanks and grenades, things of that nature, fighter jets, bombs and whatnot. That stuff is what they needed to fight the war, so that became a priority. Okay? And we living in the same time now, even though now they're not actually using swords, they're not actually using spears, but they're using different god damn it, they're using different weaponry, because weaponry has been modernized. All right? It says, assemble yourselves and come up. Salakia, assemble yourselves and come. What did I miss? Oh, let the weak say I am strong. And that's what these other nations are saying, because now these smaller nations have the great equalizer, which is the nuclear missile, and they're on an even playing field. All right? It reads, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right, which is talking about the angels, and the angels are going to get ready to come down. That's another, thing. The angels are going to come, man, by the way of the so-called UFOs. Now every time you look up in the sky, you're seeing a so-called UFO. Why is that? Because we're getting closer and closer to the coming of the Lord. All right, it reads, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. In the valley of Jehoshaphat, the word Jehoshaphat is from the Hebrew word Yahweh Shaphat, meaning the Most High's decision, the Most High's judgment. All right, which is going to be over there in the Middle East. All right, the Lord is going to jack you goddamn heathens up out there, man. That's where World War III is going to be fought. But Yahweh Shai is going to crash that party and start shooting laser beams down on all your rebellious asses and burn you up, man. And it tells you that in our second Ezra, the 13th chapter, about that, man. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the vats overflow, for their wickedness is great. All right, which this is pretty much Yahweh Shai is going to be that grim reaper, man. All right, the angels also are going to reap with the Lord, man. All right, you see what I'm saying? And you people are going to be the grapes, all right, that's going to be put in those vats, you know what I'm saying, in that wine press. When you go to Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, you read about that, man. Multitudes in the valley of decision. That's talking about World War III, and in that, the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, it says, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So that's the time we coming to, man. Now this whole chapter here is good. I'm not gonna read the whole chapter, but I could. But I'm gonna read a few verses, and then I'll allow you brothers to continue on reading that. I'll leave you with that. This is a Isaiah 34:1, and this is solely going into World War III. It reads, come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation, meaning the righteous anger of the Lord, is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. All right, it says, and his fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. See that? He says he has utterly destroyed them. That's the time we coming to, man. We coming to the time where the Lord is going to utterly destroy these nations, man. All right? Their armies, all right? It says he has delivered them up to the slaughter. And that's the time we coming to. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. So there's going to be a lot of bloodshed here in this earth, man. It reads, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. Yeah, because nuclear war is coming, man. All right? Along with the concentrated fire from the so-called UFOs, they're going to be shooting out them laser beams, burning people up, It says, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, which is talking about a mushroom cloud, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. That's right. And that's the time we coming to, man. It reads, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. That sword is talking about the nuclear missiles, man. I just did a lesson yesterday going into Russia, and how Russia, has a new missile that's pretty much invincible, as they call it, a Sarmat missile. It says, for behold, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. That sword is talking about the nuclear missiles, man, the warheads that are going to destroy this place. Yes, America will be destroyed by the way of nuclear missiles. It's going to be burnt up, and whoever's left here, that's not of the elect, they're going to be burnt up too. It reads, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. That's talking about the so-called white man's infrastructure, which is here in America. So all you Edomites, all right, that are here in America, you better live it up, because you getting ready to get your asses smoked. It says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Who's the people of the Lord's curse? You so-called white people, man. All right. It says the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness. It reads, with the blood of lambs and goats. You say that? It says with the blood of lambs and goats. All right. With the fat of the kidneys of rams. And why does it say that? Hey, because you people are going to be the sacrificial beasts, and America is going to be that great altar on which you are sacrificed upon to the Lord, man. All right. It says, for the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and Basra was a city in the land of ancient Edom. All right. It says, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right. Goddamn people calling me. It says, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and that unicorn is talking about it's a sacrificial beast. I forget the name of the actual beast at the moment, but the unicorn is a sacrificial beast that has horns that a lot of times the horns are parallel on its head. And if you see it from a profile, it would look as if it had one horn. All right. But this unicorn is not a horse with an actual horn on its head. All right. The elder brothers Karatazakba and Amno Allah did a lesson on that. Okay. It says, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. So it's likening this great destruction and you people's deaths unto a sacrifice to the Lord, as we did in the days of old. All right. It says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of the recompense for the controversy of Zion. So what's the Lord doing all this for, man? For vengeance and for the controversy of Zion. All the stuff that we've been going through as a nation on this planet. You know what I'm saying? You know, the scriptures speak about even back then, from this time, the Lord said, from this time to John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force, man. So our people been suffering, you know what I'm saying? But now we getting ready to you know, be, you know, all tears are getting ready to be wiped away from our eyes, and we're getting ready to sit on thrones again, man. You know? It reads, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. And that's talking about America. It reads, and it shall not be quenched day nor night. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, which this just means of a long time. All right, pretty much it's poetry for, you know, saying this place is going to be smoking for a long time, because once this destruction comes, America is going to be burning for a long time, and that smoke is going to come up for a long time. It's right here is similar to when you say, like for instance, a woman, if you take her, you know, shopping in a store, you like, damn, she's taking forever. I mean, what? She's taking a long time. So this is just, you know, a similitude, you know. It reads, from generation to generation it shall not lie waste. Salakit, from generation to generation it shall lie waste. That's right, because America is not going to be inhabited anymore. All right. Now one might say, oh, well, if the Lord destroy America and cleanse it by fire, then why we can't dwell on the land no more? Because this land is going to be a memorial on how not to live, man. All right, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, but it's going to go out in even more devastating fashion. It reads, none shall pass through it forever and ever, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. I might as well go ahead and read it through the spirit. I didn't read all the way down here. I'm gonna continue. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. This up here means those wild desert, birds are going to be dwelling here. Also, wild desert creatures are going to be dwelling here. When you read Isaiah the 13th chapter, the last verses, Isaiah the 14th chapter, you read about how different dragons or whatnot are going to dwell here. All right. It reads, they shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. Right, because this place is going to fall, and after this place falls, this is going to be the last hoorah of the so-called white man. All right. So your presidents, your mayors, your senators, your different nobles in this society, they are going to be, no more. All right. And never shall they be in power again. It says, the thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in her fortresses thereof, and it shall be as a habitation of dragons and a court for owls. Okay. Now this is what America is going to be like. In other words, where these nice places used to be, Beverly Hills, Scarsdale, and different places, and these gated communities and whatnot used to be. Guess what? There's going to be thorns and brambles and desert creatures and scavenger birds and whatnot and unclean beasts. All right. And when you read up here, the scriptures say, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion. Meaning what? That you're not going to know where one state started to where one state began. All right. Because this whole place is going to be destroyed, man. Because this is the bloody city. All right. It says, the wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beast of the island, and the satyr shall cry to her fellow, and the screech owl also shall rest there, and find for herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay, and hatch, and and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, everyone with her mate. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. All right. And this is what I'm doing right now. This is what we're doing. It says, no one of these shall fail. Meaning what? The prophecies. You see, what I read here was the prophecy going into World War III and the aftermath of the land. Okay. After this great and nuclear destruction. All right. It says, none shall want her mate. Meaning what? You can't make these prophecies with any other book. Okay. You can't make this Bible with any other book. This is the only book that's going into what's going on in the earth right now, and it predates all of these events, man. All right. And that's what the word prophecy means, to say before. The ancient prophets did it, and we doing it right now. And damn it, America's going to be destroyed. All right. It says, for my mouth has commanded, and his lip and his spirit it has gathered them. All right. Gathered the prophets, and we out here, teaching the word, prophesizing of the downfall of America. It reads, and he has cast the lot for them, and his hand has divided it unto them by line. And that's how the Spirit of the Lord works, man. Every brother got his own portion of the Spirit, and the Lord has divided it unto every different men, portions of the Spirit, different understanding, so on and so forth. It reads, they shall possess it forever. We are going to possess this thing forever. We're going to possess this knowledge forever. All right. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein. And that's a beautiful thing. Hey, Lord will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the elect.